Live from the KMOV Broadcast Center in downtown St. Louis. This is News 4, watching out for you.
The pandemic is costing local governments a lot of money, and now some elected officials are wondering if the money is being spent wisely. Good evening, everyone. I'm Claire Kellett.
And I'm Corey Stark. Thanks for joining us. You may recall reports of St. Louis County renting out an entire hotel during the early weeks of the coronavirus pandemic. But now some local leaders are questioning whether it was a waste of your tax dollars. Investigative reporter Lauren Traeger has been crunching the numbers. She joins us live in Clayton. And Lauren, some people are now demanding more answers.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. As we know, as the pandemic started sweeping around the nation and around the region, state and local officials, well, they tried planning for nearly every contingency. But some St. Louis County Council members here say when it comes to at least one area of spending, there was a serious misstep.
It is a lot of money and it's a lot of responsibility, and it's all of our money.
Republican St. Louis County Councilman Mark Harder says he has concerns about the county's decision to rent out this entire hotel in Maryland Heights for the last 3 months. A county spokesperson says we granted the request of first responders to provide a safe place for them while recovering from COVID-19. A good idea, Harder says.
I don't begrudge them that. I just think the way it was managed needs to have some scrutiny.
But he questions if there weren't better options. News 4 obtained the contract with the Hawthorne Suites. The county agreed to pay a monthly cost of $337,000 and the hotel's payroll on top of it, another $31,000 per month. Harder says the total cost so far, over $1 million. But the trouble, he says, the hotel has stayed mostly empty.
It never did really take off from the amount of people that were going to use this hotel.
The county says 65 people have stayed in the hotel, some for just a few days at a time. And while it was intended for first responders, according to one document obtained by News 4, most overnight stays here were civilians. The county says the idea had expanded for others who needed a safe place to recover.
I think anybody could have probably looked at that and said, we don't need all this capacity. Let's figure something out.
But some people defend the county's quick thinking and preparedness. A local union for firefighters and EMTs told News 4 they're grateful that the county executive made preparations for a potential worst-case scenario, saying in part, quote, "The fact that the hotel was not used to its capacity is a reflection of the success of our collective pandemic response efforts. Had we filled the hotel up with sick first responders, we would have undoubtedly had members die from the virus, which would have been a true tragedy."
We just need to be vigilant about these type of expenditures and decide, is this good for the community?
Harder says he thinks now it's time to start scaling back.
Probably should have been done 2 months ago, but at least it's being done now.
Now, Harder wonders if perhaps the county could have provided hotel night stay vouchers for first responders. That's what the city of St. Louis did. He says that would have cost the county about $40,000 as opposed to the $1 million that has already been spent. Now, just within the last hour or so, we did receive a statement from the co-director of health for the county. She writes that the state asked them to set up the hotel even before the first coronavirus case in the region. She says the hotel has held people without housing and even the general public who wanted to isolate away from family members. She said they had to block out all of the rooms to minimize spread of the virus, saying the whole hotel undergoes additional cleaning above and beyond traditional hotel services. Certainly this is an issue we will continue to follow. Reporting live in Clayton, Lauren Traeger, News 4.